Hi, I'm Robert Knoll. Welcome to the Guitar Zone. This is lesson number 50 of 53 weekly beginning guitar lessons. This lesson's on rhythm. I could spend hours teaching you about rhythms, but I just want to make sure that at this level, if you reach 50 lessons, that you're into your rhythms, because rhythm is such a big part. It's a huge part of music, of being a musician, of being a guitar player. Understanding rhythms, being able to count rhythms, tap your foot to rhythms, the rhythms of nature, the rhythms of music that you listen to, different styles. Rhythms are unique to certain styles, and certain musicians like certain rhythms. The rhythm, how we walk, how we get into it physically with our body, how we feel those beats. Are we into the groovy feel? Are we into a real solid, rigid feel? Are we into a sensual feel, a moody feel, a lovey-dovey feel, a beautiful, serene feel? Or are we into a space, freaked out kind of feel? There's all kinds of feelings of rhythms. This is what makes music so interesting, and especially guitar players, because we have these strings to hit and to make our rhythms with how we move our right hand and how we get in, attack the strings, where we timbre, how we use dynamics. So dynamics, how do we get our feeling? How do we express rhythms? How can we express how we strum into from our heart, our mind to our heart to this? So that our song or what we're playing or we're jamming has feeling. So that the people that listen to us or our listeners go, wow, there's a lot of feeling in this. Wow, listen to that groove. Listen to that feeling. Wow, that makes me feel really this way, or it makes me happy, or it makes me want to jump up and down. What kind of rhythm are you doing? What is the rhythm of the song? Or what kind of rhythm do we want to put to this song or chord progression? So rhythm is something that is as huge as any part of your guitar playing, understanding the fretboard, the landscape, the geography we've talked about, the trinity of chord, scale, arpeggio. All of that's important in learning the physical part of learning techniques and skills and how to manipulate the strings and training our left hand to finger placement, doing all these things. And then our right hand, rhythms. It might be in finger pickings, a lot of things. Rhythm is huge, all right? So just some real simple things, the most basic rhythm is that 4/4 time. But, in the old days we used metronomes, we can determine the speed. We can speed it up, or there's all kinds of applications these days that will give you the metronome thing, where you can speed up rhythms to practice your scales, chords, arpeggios, practice your rhythms too at different speeds. Maybe you start at a slow speed, 2, 3, maybe slower, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. I could even go slower. Maybe a little faster rhythm now. I'm going to practice for a while my song at this rhythm. 4 and 1. Now I'm just doing down, up, down, up, down. I'm not putting any emotion into it yet. What if I do 1? Kind of just getting into my rhythms. To be able to count your rhythms is so important. To be able to tap your foot to rhythms. What is the rhythm of the song you're working on, the groove? is it nature? There are rhythms in nature, natural sounds of traffic, the city sounds, the rhythm sounds, the sounds of nature, natural sounds, the sounds of space, the sounds, the quiet sounds, the soft, the weird sounds, the crazy sounds, the sensual sounds, the lovey-dovey sounds. There's all kinds of feelings and emotions we put into rhythms. So I play that C chord. I like to teach this one sometimes. Big C chord, and then we take off that first finger for the major 7. So you're going from C to B, big C chord. So I'm going 1, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, down. So my rhythm is counted 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so what if I get dynamic? Now I'm altering my rhythms. With the beats, if I've got 4 beats, maybe I strum on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I can mess around with those beats endlessly. You might want to make a chart. A lot of people do this to get in and study your rhythms. You start with that basic down, 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 down 4 beats, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and how else could we subdivide that? How about 1 and 2 and 3, 4? 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Or maybe it's 1, 2 and 3, 4, and maybe it's 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Maybe it's 1, rest, rest, 4. So 2, 3 are rested. We don't play anything. Rhythm can have silence. The silence and when you play is what's making the rhythm. So mathematically, we have to look at 4 beats, 3 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So different rhythms. You've got to study your rhythms. Learn to count them. Go online. There's other teachers and other ways that it's being taught to get you to count out your rhythms, to break them down, to chart them out. And triplet time, 1D and 2D and 1D and 2D and 3D and 4D and 1D and 2D and 3D and 4D and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And so that waltz time of 3 too. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Down, down, up, down, down. Or down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. So I'm messing with rhythms. I'm messing with you. But I'm putting feeling. When I play a blues, let me just jam a blues. Listen to maybe the rhythms I do. I'm going to do some nice chords, but listen, I submit G, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, messing around. Okay, what if I was doing a funky rhythm? 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 40 and Judy and 40 and Judy and 3 and. So I'm getting into this right hand. Like I said, I can be sensual. I can be funny with my rhythms. I can be serious with my rhythms. I can go through the whole range of emotions. I can get crazy. I can do absurd things. It's just endless. The whole idea of creating rhythms with this relaxed hand, you know? Now, if I was finger picking, so now I'm in that 4/4 time, but I'm doing things. I'm getting loud. I'm getting soft. So I create a rhythm. I create a beat. I create a tempo. Tempo is speed. Speed and tempo. But then what do? What dynamics? What louds and soft? Very super quiet. Building up. Crescendo, decrescendo, letting it go down. Build it up. Hang around at that medium level, then bring it down a little bit, then go up again, then go way down, and then go really loud and bang. Rock and roll is accenting and heading. We're accenting. In other styles of music, we're not accenting so much. Depends on the style. Depends on what you want to do with your rhythms. So this lesson was just to excite you, just to get you going on lessons. This is lesson number 50. If you've gone through all these lessons and got up to 50, this is just to inspire you, to get you to understand that in your next years and learning of guitar, you need to always be listening to what other people are doing with the rhythms. What are the rhythms of the songs that you're listening to? Can you count them? Can you feel them? Can you tap your foot? Can you sway your body to them? Can you dance real crazy to them? What's the groove? The groovy. Is it a groovy rhythm? Is it a sad rhythm? Is it crazy? Is it nutso? All the words of emotion we can bring to rhythms and how we get that pick. We've got the technique of our rhythms, the balance of our right hand, the physical part of our rhythms, okay? The timbre. Where am I playing? Am I playing up here or down here? Am I changing the colorations? Am I rolling my chords, arpeggiating now? There's so much we do with rhythms. It's what makes our music exciting. It puts the feeling into it. When you hear someone that's really good with their rhythms, they will affect you because they're messing with your emotions that are natural for us. That's how our mind, our body, our neurology, we grow up as children hearing rhythms and all throughout our life, the rhythms of traffic, the rhythms of society, the rhythms of nature, natural rhythms, computer rhythms, made-up rhythms. obscene rhythms, beautiful rhythms, spiritual rhythms. So there's all kinds of emotions and rhythms. This is what is going to make you a really great guitar player, that you get into your rhythms a lot. You study them. You look at other people and what rhythms they're into. Can I do funky rhythms? Can I do mellow rhythms, groovy rhythms, funky rhythms? It's not just the playing part, the skills, techniques, our trilogy, our scale chord, arpeggio, trinity trilogy, all the techniques and left hand and finger placement. Well, then the right hand techniques and skills of rhythm, the techniques of rhythm, the skills of rhythm, the dynamics, the louds and softs, and all in between, the beating of the guitar, going crazy, getting mean with it, mad with it. Punk rock, right? So it's so versatile, rhythms. It will make the difference when people hear you play. If you don't have rhythm, if you don't have good rhythm, then there's not much there. There's not much feeling there. But if you're a musician that's gotten into the rhythms, wow, we'll be able to tell that. Your band will know. The band that you're jamming with, wow, they'll go, yeah, wow, that gal's really got great rhythm, you'll be complimented. Or people will be swaying to your groove, though, and be into your beat because your rhythm is good. You've thought about it, you've gotten into it, and you've developed it. Rhythms take time to develop. You have to practice rhythms. It really is a huge part of guitar playing. That's what this lesson 50 is about, how important rhythm is. It's vital. You have to get into rhythms and understanding and feeling rhythms, realizing all the different kinds of emotions and the ranges and the very super slow, fast, all the different tempos and speeds. It's really makes it wonderful. It's so exciting to get in and study your rhythms. When you start doing it, you're going to start seeing how it affects your music and your behavior. And if you just listen to a crazy punk rock rhythm all the time or heavy metal rhythm all the time, that's all you did, well, that would affect you. How about the neurology and psychology here? If you just did mellow, sensual, lovey-dovey rhythms, if that's all you did, that might affect the kind of person you are too. You can affect your audience. You can affect your listeners. The kind of songs that you write, the way you play, affects others. It affects yourself. It can heal you. It can make you feel bad. It can make you feel good, and all in between. That's the power of music. And so much of it is in rhythm and the feeling, the emotions that you put in to your strumming, and how you learn and continue always to learn about rhythms and make it a very important part of your musicianship and your guitar playing. Rhythms.